All right, so apparently what I just posted is blowing up. Hello, everybody. Hello. What we're going to be doing is learning how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we can go into adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Which reminds me, what I need to do is actually build out my abacus, my workbook. I need to do a multiplication workbook because apparently a lot of people are very interested on how to do multiplication on the abacus. But the first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Good morning. So what are we doing? Our first number that we're looking at is 8,539. So when we're looking, we're going to be utilizing 4 columns on this abacus. An abacus is a counting tool. That's all it is. It just tells you what the numbers are, and it's crazy. And when you see it, you'll be amazed. Because why? When we can actually visually see our numbers, we'll be able to know what to do with it. So the first thing we need to understand is that the top bead has the value of 5. Because the top bead has the value of 5, hi, hey Lexi, yes, I do remember you. You know why? Because your username, and I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But yes, good morning. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city.
Good morning. So we're going to do 8,539. And how do I know what this means? So this is the value of 5. These are the value of 1. 1, 1, 1. So when we look, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. And then we have 5. The top bead again is counted. Anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, it is being counted. So when we're looking, we have the 4 columns. These columns have beads touching the reckoning bar. Only the 5 in this column is touching the reckoning bar. So, good morning, city. Right? And so this is 5, but none of these beads, the four bottom beads, are not touching the reckoning bar, so that's not being counted. Now we have our 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, this is being counted, but the 5 is not being counted because it is not touching the reckoning bar. And then we have 9. How do I get 9? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you so much. I will be back. Okay, I'll see you later, Lexi. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I'll see you later. So when we're looking, we have 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How do I know? Well, what we just did is we just did some counting on. Counting on means that it is a kindergarten skill that you do not need to count from number 1. So we count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why did I count from 5? Because the top bead is a value of 5, and then we just can go in succession, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. So this specific abacus is available in the shop. It is a 7-column abacus and is made out of plastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this book is actually not yet in the store, but I do have something similar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it in. I'm going to color in 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 5. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Robert. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Yes, good morning, Robert. So here's my next number. My next number is 5,221. So we have 5,201, 2, and then 1. There we go. So that's what our number is. We have 5, the top bead. So if we notice that there's 4 columns touching the 4 columns, and their beads are touching the reckoning bar. When the beads are touching the reckoning bar, they are being counted. Because they're being counted, all we need to do is just look at the abacus and read the numbers. So we have 5. The top bead is a value of 5. This is 5,000, so it's 5000. This is 2, but in the placeholder, in the place value of the hundreds. So when we're looking, we have, thank you so much for liking the live, when we have 5,220 1. Notice that the 1 is in the ones column, the 2 here is in the tens column, and then we have the 2 in the hundreds column. So we have 5,221. And now when I color it in, we have 5,000, 5, 2, 1, 2, we have again 2, and then we have 1. So we have 5,221. We still read from left to right, but it just depends on if some people want to start from right to left. But I usually do from left to right. So what's our next number? Our next number is 3,294. So we have 3,000, 1, 2, 3, 200, 1, 2, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, here's the lineup. When we have our place value and our placeholder, every column is a placeholder. Every column has a place value. We have our ones, our tens, hundred, thousands. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3, or we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the ones column. We have 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 90. Why? Because this is the tens. Because this is the tens, we start with a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 90, 9 and a 0. And then we have 200 and then 3,000. So when I color it in on the abacus, we have 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 2, 1, 2, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. We are in the middle now. We're just starting to learn how to read the abacus. Yes, La Marie. Yes. So the blue is always 5. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please keep your mind open for something different.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
TK, none of the numbers is 6, 7. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can read it. I don't know if you can see it. But no, there is no 6, 7 on the abacus right now. We're going to do 2,610. So I'm going to clear my abacus. That's what I do. So my abacus is reset. My abacus is cleared. So all that means that none of the beads are touching the reckoning bar. Because the beads are not touching the reckoning bar, then nothing is being counted. So when I reset it. So we have 0 on the ones column. We have 1 in the tens column. We have 6 in the hundreds column. And then we have 2 in the thousands. So when we're looking, is this base 10? Yes, it is a decimal system. It's just like how we write it's just like how we write, right? That's a decimal system. That's a base 10. So even how we write it is exactly how we're going to put it on the abacus. So we have our thousands. We have our thousands, our hundreds, our tens, and ones. We have our thousands, our hundreds, our tens, and ones. Thank you, wall cactus. Yes. Does that make sense? So our decimal system is base 10. Our abacus is base 10 because what we're doing is we're mimicking and representing the numbers that we see. So we have 2, 6, 1, 0. 2, 1, 2. This is 6, 5, 6, and then this is 1. So the top beat is always a value of 1. The top beat is always a value of 5. It is, thank you, Crystal Dreamer. It is very simple to use, easy to understand. So it kind of, so when people come in and they say 6, 7, 6, 7, it's like, really? That just means that you didn't sit down a little bit. Just watch a little bit and you'll see it's very easy to understand. I do explain every number. Usually I explain every number. I don't color in this number here because it's supposed to be 0. 0 doesn't have anything touching. The beads that are touching the reckoning bar is being counted. So the only number I'm looking at is 2, 6, 1. 2, 6, 1. 2, 6, 1. Exactly. Tristan, really? Really, Kobe? Really? Thank you for the follow. Really? Do the first and used. You want to do, 6 and 7? 6? 6? 7. So do the first two get used? Yes, they do. But usually it's in the decimal. Kobe. That's better. It's better when you say 6 and or 7. I mean, yeah. Anyways, so La Marie, when we talk about it, well, the decimal sits between the ones and the tenths. So we have the tenths and the hundreds. These are the decimals. So the decimal sits between the ones and the tenths, just like how we talk about money, just like how we talk about decimals, really. So anything after ones is the tenths and the hundreds. So if you really wanted to, and say you have a lot more numbers that you want to be small, you can actually choose this one. Notice that there is a dot. This dot indicator tells me it is a ones place. However, and then if I look at it, I actually have 2. This one is labeled as thousands. Yeah. And so when we're looking, we have our ones and then thousands. that looks confusing. Well, Jojo, if you just sit back a little bit, you'll be able to see that it's not confusing. All right, we're going to continue on. So our next number here, I have 3,469. That's what I got. So what are we going to do? We're going to clear my abacus. We have clear my abacus, and then we do 3,000, 1, 2, 3, 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when we're looking, every column is a placeholder. Every column is a place value. So we have our 9 in the ones column, just like here. Just like we have this in the ones column, this is in the tens column, this is 6. 5, 6. Notice the beads here are not counted. They're not counted because they're not touching the reckoning bar. This is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these are being counted because they're all connecting and they're all singing Kumbaya. So, hey, TikTok T, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So how do you add with that? Well, if you know how to read it, then we can go add to it, right? But the first thing we do is you need to walk before you run. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the top beat is not connected to is not touching the reckoning bar, so it's not counted. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 3, 1, 2, 3. But it's good that you know that you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide on this device. This is a counting tool. This is a math manipulative for those of you that really need to be visual and tactile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in 3,469. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. That's what we got. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. Now our next number, we're going to clear our abacus. We have 6, 9, 7, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. Notice that the top beat is touching the reckoning bar, so these are counted. If I did not have it touched, if I did that, this would be 1, 4, 2, 1. But the question is 6, so it's 5, 6. Every time the top beat touches the reckoning bar, it is being counted, and that always is the value of 5. So we have 9, 7, and then 1. So when I color it in, I'm going to have my 6, 5, 6, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 7, 5, 6, 7, and then we have 1. For those of you that are interested, this is available in my shop. It is made out of plastic and it's 7 columns. The only numbers you can go up to is as high as 10,000 or as low as 100, as low as 10 thousandths. How did I get that? Well, if I choose this to be my Pokemon.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
So what happens is I would have called this for my ones place. Ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000s. However, if I choose this one to be my homes place, like a Pokemon,
I choose you!
then I move everything over and I do that. This would be the ones and the tenths. And then I would have a really small number. So this would actually be 0.0000. What am I doing? There it is. So if I was to read it out, it would be 0. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. So if this is my ones place, it'd be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Tenths, hundreds, thousandths, 10,000s, and then 100,000ths. All right, we are going to continue on. So our next number is 1,500. There's my abacus. We're going to do 1,500. So on the abacus, we're going to use 4 digits. 0, 0, 5, 1. That's it. That's all it is. 1,500. So we have 1 on the thousands column. We have 5 in the hundreds column, and then we have 0 and then 0. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. All we're doing is learning how to read the abacus right now. For those of you that are interested, thank you so much. Please keep your mind open for something different.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So our next number is 8,611. 8,5678. I'm sorry, 8,5678. 600, 600, 00. And then we need to do 11. 11 is 1 and a 1. So when you're looking, when I made 4. Oh, that's cool, Greg. That's cool. Can you show how to solve simple addition? Yes, we will. It's good to know the blue is touching the reckoning bar. Yes, thank you, Newton. Yes. So when we're looking, the top bead is touching the reckoning bar. That means that they're being counted. So we have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 6, 5, 6, and then 1, and then 1. And then we're going to color it in our abacus. So after we learn how to read the numbers, we will go into some adding and subtracting. But first, I'm going through just to make sure that everybody that comes in understands how to read the abacus. So we have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 6, 5, 6, 1, and 1. That's it. So what's our next number? We have 8,179. So we have 8,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. None of the beads are touching the reckoning bar, so that's not being counted. But we still need to do 7, 5, 6, 7. We have 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so when I color it in on the abacus, five, 6, 7, 8. Here's my 1. Here's my 7. 5, 6, 7, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. You know what's really cool, though, is that you guys know that you can actually add, subtract, multiply, and divide. How do you regroup? It's a formula that you need to do, and you need to understand how to make a 10. If you know how to make a 10, then you know how to regroup. And that's it. You regroup and you can borrow. But for right now, let's figure out the numbers. We will get into that in a little bit, but first we need to understand is how to read the numbers. So we have 3. I'm going to clear my abacus. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 6, and then 1. So again, we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 1. Here's 6, 5, 6, and then we do 1. We will get into adding and subtracting and regrouping and grouping and borrowing. What else is there? Grouping, regrouping, borrowing, carrying over. That's what it is. Yes, you can do that too. You can do all of that. The next number is 5,315. We have 5,315. That's what it is. So we do 5. So the top bead is 5, and that's what's being counted. These bottom beads are not touching the reckoning bar, so they're not being counted. So this is what makes 5. We have 3, 1, 2, 3. So we do 1, 2, 3. We have 1, and then we have 5 again. So our number is 5,315. Like, oh yeah, I'm so glad. I found your channel. Oh good. Oh good, I'm so happy. You can do this with me. Right? So let's do it together. And then we're going to start doing some adding and subtracting. But first we're going to do this, right? So we have 9,249. 9,249. So we have 9,249. We have 9,000. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 2, 1, 2. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. No. We don't have 6 and 7. It's part of the number. So we have our number 9. This is what 9 looks like. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 2, 1, 2. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. So we have 9,249. Can you explain why all the numbers on the chart go like that? I'm sorry, what do you mean? Can you explain why the numbers go on the chart thing like that? The numbers is a representation of the number that I'm trying to look at. So why are the blue ones in that way? That's just... Is that better? So that the top bead is a value of 5, no matter what. Hello, Sasquatch. Can you do the quizzes again? Yes, we will do that right now, actually. On the abacus, why does the 9 in the ones place go to the far right? Because I have an indicator. This is my dot indicator. This dot indicator will tell me that this is the ones place. I think he doesn't know what the beads are. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I changed to this. So the top bead is a value of 5. The top bead is always 5. This is so helpful. I never understood it. Yes, the top bead. So once it touches the bar, it's being counted. Then we have the bottom beads. This is 6. So we have 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3. Notice that there's a space between this and this. Because there's a space, this is not counted. So then we can, when it's like that, they're all touching. Now they're being counted. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? After 4, we have 5. The top bead is always 5. Explain the place value position are the power of 10. Yes. Ah, yeah. You wanted one as a kid? As a roller coaster? As a skateboard? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. So does that make sense? Logi, does that make sense? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have placeholders. So when we're looking, 1, right? 1, 10, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, good. Okay, Logi. Okay, good. Yeah, the colors mean nothing. Some people get confused with the colors. Some people get confused with the colors, so that's why I change it with this. You know what I mean? So then it's easy to understand. When we're looking, it works exactly the same. We have our ones. Do you see the dot? There's a ones here and there's a ones here. So then we have this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. 1, 0. Yes, you're right. Learning to do math a different way. Yes. There is different ways. Okay, good, Logi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. I do appreciate that. Because sometimes I just read the comments and I'm in the middle of a thought. Okay. Not, thank you, Newton. Not a problem, not a problem. Okay. So, somebody was talking about, it is time, your turn. It is your turn. It is your turn to tell me. You need to tell me what this is. Nuts. So for those of you that are interested, we do have the Abacus available on the TikTok shop. And now it's going to be your turn. Now I'm buying an Abacus. Logi, my English isn't very good. Sorry for the confusion. Yes. No, it's okay. As long as you can explain it again, then I'm fine. That's good. You're good. But I just wanted to make sure you understood that there's no difference in the color. And let me know if I talk too fast. If I talk too fast, let me know. Because I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years. And so I know what the numbers look like. I was wondering one, but I didn't understand how it works. Now you can get one. Thank you for the follow, Logi. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Keep your mind open.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. It is now your turn to let me know what these numbers are, because I am tired of thinking. Am I tired of thinking? Really? No. But I think it'll be fun. And a lot of people find it fun. She's hustling Abacus here. Oh. You're great, miss. Yes! You know how many people? There's a lot of people that actually bought the Abacus. Is this good method for kindergarten to learn? I believe so. I believe it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But you know what? Even for older people would enjoy it too. The reason why is because it keeps your mind active. When you're looking at it, if I had my paper. Where did I put it? If you want to, it is good for learning Oh, here it is. It is good to keep your mind active, right? So when we're looking at it, you could do Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, word searches. You could also do Abacus as well. The reason why is because it gives you enough information, but you still need to think about it when you talk about adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing. So all those are all the things that would keep your mind active and making sure. I do have a few people that do follow me, and they do mention that they starting to think faster because they're doing Abacus a little bit more. And obviously it's about practice. Just like when you're on the computer and you're typing away, you know where all the keys are, but that's because of practice. It's the same thing with the Abacus. The Abacus is all about practicing, but I think it's a little bit more practical. Because they're numbers. They're a bunch of numbers. And what makes it different is when you can see the numbers, you'll be able to see it differently. You'll be able to add and subtract differently because you can see the numbers. If you cannot see the numbers, because if you really think about it, numbers is just a symbol. These numbers are just a bunch of symbols. They have no meaning. They have no meaning to it. But on the Abacus, we can actually put meaning behind it. Wow, I just missed a whole bunch of thank you. Yes, thank you. 33. I'm confused. Don't be confused. It'll be easy. I love Sudoku. Yes, Katie, it's quite easy to know how it works. Yes, we will go into each one of them. So you let me know what number this is. This is a 3-digit number. This is a 3-digit number. And what are we doing? Thank you, Tyla. We have our number. We have 1, 2. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Tyla. Thank you. Yes. Also from Vegas, we don't have a great system. It's okay. It's okay. But you know what? This is also very unfamiliar for everybody because not everybody even knows what an abacus is. But that's what I'm here. I am here to teach the matrix what an abacus is. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the real world.
So we have Americans do not know. Yes, Americans generally do not know what an abacus is, unless you're really out for it. But there are abacus schools. I have one in Monterey Park, Southern California. We do have one in Southern Park, and we've been teaching abacus for about 20 years now. For those of you that are interested, I do have books available in my TikTok shop, and it's linked down below. I'm all for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Teach the matrix with the abacus. Yes, yes. So, yes, we have 50, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. The 5, this is the top bead. It's touching the reckoning bar. This is what we count as 5. 5, right? This is 5. But when you add it to these 3, this is 8. So, we're not adding it. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. When you add the 5, this is 8. Notice we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. This is a 2-digit number because we're only using 2 columns. So that's what it is, 53. So our next number is, and then if you're interested, I do have my full collection of books for Abacus books is available over here. My name is Lynette. Welcome, everybody. So when the top bead goes down, yes, exactly, Logi. When the top bead touches, right, goes down, and it touches the reckoning bar, it's counted. So this is 5. This is 50, 5, 0. 500, 500. Yes, thank you, Reina. Thank you, Janice. This number is 800 5678. Again, 5678, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, Logi, when we're looking, we have 5. This is 5, right? If I did this, this is 55. If I have this, this is 555. If I did this, this is 555. 5,555. 0.5. And then we can do it again. 0.5. So then we have our final one. 55,555.55. All right. Go get some, be a gamer. Thank you so much, Newton, for dropping by, and I will see you in my next live, hopefully. All right. So our next number is that. Where did the decimal come from? Sasquatch, if you see that there is a ones place, there's a dot right here. This tells me the ones place. When there's a ones place, after the ones is the decimals. So ones, the tenths, and the hundredths. Just like in regular math. Just like in regular, that's all it is. So we have our ones, our tenths, and our hundredths. Okay, where did the decimal come from? Right. The top bead, once it touches the reckoning bar, it's a cardinal representation. Interesting. Yes, cardinal. Has a cardinal representation. I will have to use that. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Wall Cactus. So our next number is our hundreds, our tens, and our one. But those are really big words. Wall Cactus, cardinal. Cardinal representation of 5. Thank you, Reina. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sasquatch. Right? Makes sense. Simple to use. Easy to understand. Yes. 284. 200. 880. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's it. And then we have our next number. We have hundreds, tens, and ones. You know what I noticed? Those, it's academic language. I have to use it for my... yes, you're right. Academic language. Because my vocabulary doesn't go very high. Yes, thank you. It is 725. There we go. Almost. The coda, what happened to the other digits? The other digits, these ones, right? So 725. Oh, I see. There we are. Yes, 700. Yes. There we go. What's our next number? We have our hundreds, tens, and ones. I didn't see the number above it. Oh, I was a terrible student. You're helping me. You're welcome. Logi, do you see it? It's not 5. Why? Because the top beat is not touching the reckoning bar. The top beat is all up. So it's not 5. It's 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Trick you. Oh, so Mary, when we look at 9, it's 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would be 199. But the question is not. The question is 144. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. We're just practicing how to read the abacus. We will go into understanding how to add and subtract. But the first thing we do is we need to be quizzed. Right? We need to jog our memories because it's not passive learning. It's active learning. So what number do we think this is? Thank you. Yes. 300, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 6, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you, Wall Cactus. Yes. Thank you, Logi. Thank you, Mary, Janice, Carlo, Sasquatch. Thank you. Yes. 369. Well done. Well done. So our next number is this. So for those of you that are interested, I do have this bundle. You can get the Abacus book and the Abacus it's pinned in my TikTok shop. Thank you, Tia. Yes, so it's 800, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, and then 2, 1, 2. Thank you, Wall Cactus, Carlo, Logi. Not a problem, Mary. Thank you, Janice. Yay. Okay, so that's what it is, 812, and then we have our next number. What's our next number? We have, if you notice, it's a 3-digit. It looks like it's 3 digits, but we're only using 2 digits. So what number? Yes, thank you, Logi. It is 97, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. Thank you. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Mary. Yes, 97. Thank you, Wall, Cactus, and Janice, and Logi. So it is 97. Thank you, Sasquatch. And then our next number. Oh, look, we still have 2 digits. But wait, it is not, because you cannot forget the placeholder. So if I did this is my hundreds. This is my tens. But then remember that there's a 0. So even though we're only utilizing 2 columns, we still need to remember that there's a placeholder, just like in regular math, just like in our regular number. So it is not 41. It is 410. Yes, 410. So we have to remember our place order. Because why? The zeros after the number works very well for a paycheck, right? So if my paycheck was actually 41, that would be a little sad. However, if we had more zeros in our paycheck, it really matters. Okay, what is our next number? Yes, don't forget the zeros at the end. You can forget the zeros in the beginning, but don't forget the zeros at the end. All right, so we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Give me money, right? Give me money. Give me the zeros at the yeah, right? Totally, totally. So we have, thank you everybody. We have 296. Well done. 200, 1, 2, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 6, 5, 6. Well done, well done. And then we're at the end. What is the number? Oh, there it is. We have the number. We have our final number. And then we're going to go into adding and subtracting. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Hello, everybody. Yes. Thank you, Sasquatch. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Mary. Yes, it's 300. 1, 2, 3. Anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, it is counted. So we have 300. We have 1 and 1. 1 and 1 just means 11. That's all it is. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Isaac, for the rose. Thank you so much for the rose. Okay. Are we done? We're not done, but wait, there's more. Okay, we are going to go. I know there's a few people that were anxious to understand how to add, subtract on the abacus. This is what we're going to do. And I've got books. I've got lots of books. So for those of you that are interested, I do have something to start off the kids young. This is a preschool book, and we're going to go into understanding how to move the beads. The first thing we need to do is understand what? What did we just do? We learned how to read the abacus. If you're interested, I do have books available here. My name is Lynette. Thank you so much, Mary, for the follow. We have to figure out how to move the beads. We go into adding, subtracting, multiplication, and we go into division. How come the dot on the reckoning bar in the ones place as opposed to the immediate left of it? To account for decimals, to account for money, when we talk about it on the abacus. In America, we have cents, right? So if we have the ones here, we can do 25. We can do 25 cents. So it would be helpful for the kids to know how to read money with the decimals. However, if you did choose to, you could do 1 over here. So the ones place could be here, and you can have a really small decimal. So that's what I'm thinking. That's the theory. Because in the other ones, I do have an abacus that goes all the way to the left. So it depends on the abacus itself. So this one specifically, the ones is right here. You could do ones here, here, here. It doesn't matter. But this one specifically has it all the way to here. So you can start all the way to the right. Yeah. It just depends on how the manufacturing does it. Some people don't like it and they just rearrange it. So they would white it all out and they would put their own dots. But it's up to you. This one is also available in the shop. This is a 13-column abacus and it moves very easily. What we're going to do is understand that the beads are edged. Oh, that's too much. The beads are edged. Because they're edged, you can just use your big fat hands. I don't know how big your hands are, but it doesn't matter how big your hands are. You should be able to utilize the abacus. This is a standard size abacus, even though it looks colorful and it looks like a toy. It is a standard size. Because if you look, they're about the same size. Right. The only difference between this one and this one is the color, but 2, the size matters. Why? Because it's 13 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 13, right? The bigger the number, the more columns you need. The smaller the number, you could still do small numbers on the 13 column abacus. You just have a lot of columns that you're not utilizing. That's all. But with this one, right, you can't do too much with it. You can do adding and subtracting all the way to the tens place, 10,000s. You can do that. But it will get a little bit difficult when you start doing multiplication and division because you need the columns for help. The lesson for yesterday, now and how it works. Yeah, you're welcome, Zom1. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
All right. So we're back to here. We're understanding how to move the beads. When we understand how to move the beads, so this is a little preview of the book. If you're interested and you don't have a preschooler, that's fine. You can get the Abacus you can get the Abacus 3 digits. And what this is a bunch of mazes, which we just did. We have a bunch of mazes that you can go through just to practice how to read the abacus. And all the mazes are different paths, and obviously it's just a big giant maze. And this one is a reverse maze. What it means is that I give you the path and I give you the number and you need to color it in. That's what this means. So I give you two kinds of... Now, if you're thinking that 3-digit is too much, I do have a 2-digit abacus workbook. A 2-digit abacus maze book for those children that are a little bit younger. They know they're single digits, but they don't know they're double digits. So we do have one that's a 2-digit, and this one is also in the shop. That one. So what do I recommend? My mom loved the abacus. She swears it was good for, better than calculators. Yeah. Is it better than calculators? Well, there's a lot of new things. It's good for the fundamentals. That's what I'm for sure. It's good for the fundamentals. Did your mom teach you? Did your mom teach you how to use the abacus? Pink? I'm surprised that's what surprises me. That those people that know how to use the abacus didn't teach their young ones, which is really surprising. Oh, here's a question. Is it a 1 in 4 or is it a 10 bead abacus? Is it 10 beads and they go across, or is it 1 in 4? Because there's different types. There's the Chinese one, and then there's the Japanese one. This is the Japanese one. But then there's the 10 bead one, which is kind of like a Russian one or a wreck and wreck. That just came out recent. I think it came out recent. I don't know. The Russian one's been around for a while, but then the Dutch said, you know what, let's make it different colors. Anyways, so if you're interested, I do have the 2-digit abacus. This would be good for children that are, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So again, what it would be doing is they would be recognizing the numbers between the 10s and the 1s. And again, the maze, you have to figure out what the number is and then follow the path. And then in the books, I do provide a mask maze. This mask maze is really good because then you can cover the path because it's easy to see what the number is. So I give you a mask maze, but I noticed that this page is a little bit thin, so I give you the opportunity to download it for free. And so we have and then again, there is a reverse maze. The reverse maze is I show you the path, and then you need to take the number and you need to color it in. That's what it is. So that's available for kids that are a little bit older if you want to start them on the abacus journey. Thank you everybody for joining. Please keep your mind open for something different.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Thank you everybody for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. Pink, was the abacus, do you know if it's the abacus 10 beads or the 1 in 4? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a flip through of this book, and then we're going to go into understanding how to move the beads. This flip through is just explaining what the book is all about. We have understanding the numbers from 1 to 0. You can get this one in the shop as well. It is this one, and it's pinned. We talk about lesson 1. We talk about the numbers between 0 and 4, and then I have activities to strengthen the idea. We have this maze. It doesn't matter where they go. They just need to know how to see the numbers. And we have pixel art, right? There we have pixel art. Then we have our counting. And after that, we have our next lesson is understanding the numbers from 5 to 9. Because that's how I broke it up between adding the 5, right? I'm not sure, but she did say it helped her. Yes, I see. Interesting. I have 3 boys, and they've all gone through the Abacus curriculum. They didn't go through my workbook because I just built it now. But I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years, and so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to teach the matrix what an abacus is, and how beneficial it is to see the numbers. Also, try to start the kids young, because when the kids are going into understanding what the numbers are, it's also good to introduce the abacus. So you could start as young as as young as 3, 4, and 5, right? The abacus world starts the kids at 5, but I felt like, we can make the activities fun and they can still learn how to count. So this is counting backwards. This is counting what's in between. And then after that, we can figure out what is surrounding. So if I give you the number, you just need to tell me what is surrounding the 3 and the 4, because this is 3. Oh, no, this is 8, right? You need to tell me that 7 comes before 8, and then 9 become after 8. And then now we're going into comparing. What's bigger than, what's less than. And then now we're going to get into adding and subtracting. So here we are at adding and subtracting. This means what? In Abacus world, we focus in on the second number. The second number is what dictates whether or not we do formulas. So the first thing we need to do is we need to understand, do we have enough beads? Do you recommend 6th graders who struggle? Yes, I do. I totally believe it, because once you have a strong foundation, then you can go forward. Right now I'm in the moment of trying to introduce it to all grades and all ages and provide abacus activities and workbooks for each individual grade and ages. Because everybody has to start from understanding what the numbers is. So for the 6th grader, I would recommend, thank you for the follow, Pink. I would recommend starting off with the puzzles. The 3-digit puzzles. The reason why is because you don't want to start in preschool, because they might be like, I know this is so easy, this doesn't matter. I mean, they already know what the numbers are, right? So there's no point of starting them in the preschool book. This was meant for trying to get the young ones to understand. But if you're looking for a 6th grader, I would mention maybe try this one. That's what I would try. And then people still like the colorful abacus. I would still buy the colorful abacus, and then when you get into multiplication and division, you could graduate to the 13-column abacus. I think the 13-column abacus is sufficient for a lot of calculations, but we can get into that a little bit later. So here we are with adding and subtracting. Thank you everybody for joining. Let me know if you have any questions, because I'm going to be answering some math questions. All right, so again, what we're going to do is we're going to marry the process and divorce the result. What does that mean? We're not going to focus in on the result. What we're going to focus in is we're going to focus on the number, the second number that we're trying to add. So this is why we have it +1. Why are we doing that? Because it's what happens to this number, the second number, whether or not we have enough beads. So if we have enough, we can add it. And that is so our final answer is 8. We can do it again with the 2, right? Again, we have our number. We have 6 on the abacus, 5, 6. We have 2. We want to add 2. Can I add the 2?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. We can add the 2. 1, 2. So this book was meant for kids that are 3, 4, and 5 and trying to understand what numbers are. And in this book, we start talking about adding and subtracting. Thank you, everybody. Hello, B! How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Thank you so much for the follow, user 783. Now, when we're looking in mainstream, you could use dots, you could use tally marks, which is funny. How are you doing? I'm doing very well today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel pretty energized to explain what an abacus is. How are you today, B? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You could use tally marks, which is fine too. Or you could use the abacus. So on the abacus, I add the 5 and then I want to add the 3. 1, 2, 3. We know that this is 8. You can supertize. What does supertizing mean? Supertizing means that we can look at a number and we know what it is. So if I did this, we know what it is. This is 8. How do I know? Because this is 9. So we went through the process of understanding what an 8 is, right, and what a 9 is. But guess what? We can actually scale it. If I want to say 50, 50 plus 30, 1, 2, 3, I have 80. You could do that mainstream with a whole lot of dots. But that's a whole lot of dots, and I'm actually really lazy. You could scale it some more. Let's say we want to do 500 plus 300 gives me 800. So notice that what we're doing is we're understanding that it's scalable because every column is represented. Every place value is represented on the abacus, and every number also has a representation. So when we add the 4, we understand all the beads touching the reckoning bar is adding the 4. What we just did is we added the 4. It goes to the reckoning bar. If we want to subtract, we take it away from the reckoning bar. So if I have 4 on the abacus, I'm going to clear my abacus. I have 4. I added 4. But then I need to take away 1. Because I'm going to take away 1, I have to take away the 1. So my final answer is 3. And then we can do it again with the 2. If I have 3 on the abacus, I want to take away 2. I'm going to take away these 2 beads. It doesn't matter which 2 beads as long as it's 2 beads. It can be this 2 beads or it can be these 2 beads. It just depends on what number it is, right? If it's 4, take away 2, it's these 2 beads. If it's 3, take away 2, it's these 2 beads. If it's 2, take away 2, it's these 2 beads. So then your answer becomes 0. Hello everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are here learning how to read the abacus, and so then after minus the 4, we can go into adding of the 5. Adding of the 5 just means put the top bead on the top, so just like that. That's what 5 is. So we have 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so this is 9. So all we're doing is we're having 3 plus 5. So we add the 5, we go to the horizontal bar, we subtract the 5, we go away from the horizontal bar. And then it's again with the 7. What does 7 look like? If I have 1 on the abacus, I'm going to add 7. To add 7, I bring it together like this. I pinch it. And then if I want to take it away, I push it apart. I add 7, I take away 7. I can do it with 6. I add the 6, I take away the 6. I add the 8, and then I take away the 8. So if you know how to add, you know how to subtract. It's as easy as that. If you know how to add, you know how to subtract. That's it. We're done. No, but wait, there's more. Now, what happens if there's not enough beads? That's where this comes into play. Our next one is understanding how to make a 5. This is a concept that we need to start understanding. We're teaching the children how to make a 5. That's what it is. How to make a 5. But there is no usage for it. In Abacus, we actually utilize it. What does that mean? It means that when we don't have enough beads to add, we have to figure out how to change it up. Change it up. So again, we're going to understand 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. 3 plus 2 and 2 plus 3. Thank you so much, Giraffe, for sharing my live. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you everybody for liking the live. We're at 2,000. Nice. So here's the problem. The problem is 4 plus 4. We know what 4 plus 4 is. Yes, I know you know what it is. But do you know how to do it on the abacus way? The reason why is because in the abacus is different. We're going to not memorize 4 plus 4. What we're going to do is we're going to understand the concept on how to make a 5. How to make a 5. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Why do we need to know this? Because we have 4 on the abacus. That's my 4. And then we need to add another 4. But guess what? We don't have enough beads to add another 4. We don't have enough beads to add the 4, right? We don't add it here. Oops, sorry. Here. Because that would just be 44. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is we're trying to add 4 to the ones column. You could count up. You could, and be in kindergarten. You could count up. 5, 6, 7, 8. You could do that. Or you can understand the concept, right? We're big people. We can understand concepts. So if I have to add another 4, I can give you my nickel. This nickel is worth 5 cents. Because it's worth 5 cents, that's too much. I need to take away 1. So I minus the 1. So my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I could do it again on my abacus. I can add the 5 and I can take away the 1. So my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just like drifting. And I don't know if you guys ever watched Cars, right? It's just like this.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
Right? So what are we doing? We're adding, but there's also subtraction. Why? Because we're balancing the equation. What we're doing is we're adding a little bit too much. We add a little bit too much, and then we have to take away some. So we have 3 on the abacus. Good morning, chaotic. We have 3 on the abacus. We can do it again. And then what do? I give you 5 cents, but that's too much. Because it's too much, I need to take away 1. So I take away 1. So my final answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. I can show you again on my abacus. I can add the 5 and can take away the 1. So my final answer is 7. Hello, chaotic.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Good morning. So we could do it again with the 2. So we have 2 on the abacus, and I want to add 4. To add the 4, all I got to do is give you my 5 cents, right? Because that's all I have left. I have this 5 cents. There's no 4 here. This is only 2. 1, 2. So because my 4 is inside here, right, I have to balance the equation because I cannot just give you 5 cents. I need to give you 4, but it's in here. So I have to take away... I have to take away 1. So my final answer is 6. 5, 6. Does that make sense? And then, okay. So here's another way. This might be helpful. And it's so we do it again. We'll do 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have my little bricks, my little cubes. I have 3. But then I want to add the 4. To add the 4, I only have this package. This package is 5. This is a bag of cubes. But I can't break it apart because it's all glued together and it's, I don't know, it's all stuck together. Because it's all stuck together, I need to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of here, right? If you see, it's kind of here. But I need to remove this 1. But I can't. So I have to remove it from the loose beads because this is all attached. We don't want to break up this package. So I just take it from here and I take away the 1. That's what I do. I take away the 1 from here and I add my 5. So my final answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. So what we're doing is we're understanding the concept of adding 5. And we could do it again. We could do it again with the 3. So there's a whole set that we need to understand. There's 4 and 1, 1 and 4, 3 and 2, and 2 and 3. So again, we're not going to memorize what 3 plus 3 is. What we're going to do is we're going to understand how to make a 5, how to utilize this 5. So we have 3 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 pennies. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give you my 5 cents. But I don't have enough, right? I'm going to give you my 5 cents. Because I give you 5 cents for the 3, that's too much. I need to take away 2. So I minus the 2. My answer is 6. 5, 6. I could do it again on the abacus. I can add the 5, take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. We can show it again. If I have 3 on the abacus, I have my package. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 3 is right here. 1, 2, 3. But that means I have to take away these 2. But this is all stuck, so I cannot use this. I have to take it away from the loose beads. So, smooth operator, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So we have 3 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take away the 2, but we got to take away 2, and we're going to take it away from here. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we add the 5 and we take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. Good morning. I think explaining it as change makes it easier to understand. It does, but kids don't use money anymore. So I had to find another way to explain. And I was thinking about packages, and I was thinking about, you know how like you can get a bag of avocado, and there's a bag of avocado, five avocados in one bag, right? So that's the thing. Like we have to shift a little bit because we're old. We know what money is, but it would be good to explain it in a different way. And so I think it's kind of nice because you could see that there's 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I don't need these ones, but I can't take it away, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of nice too. So it's like a little package, and the package is to be able to not break it apart, but utilize what you have. So here we have 4 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I want to take away the 3. But to take away the 3, I have to give you this 5. This is a package of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 3 is only these ones I want to use. And then I need to take away 2. Notice I have to take away the 2. So I just need to minus the 2. So I take away the 2 and add the 5. So my final answer is 7. So that's why I have the cats in the tree. The cats in the tree is supposed to be 5 cats in the tree. So I have 4 on the abacus, and I need to go where? I need to go to the... I don't have enough. So I have to go to the cats in the tree. I grab 3 cats. So I go to the cats in the tree, and I have to grab 3 cats, but 2 cats run away. So 2 cats run away. My final answer is 7. So I tried to not make it money-based, just because depending on just depending on what they're understanding. So this was meant for like kids that are still, I don't think they introduced money until like maybe 2nd grade. I'm not sure. All right. And then we can do it again. We can do it again with the 2. And it works exactly the same, but you have to remember your partners. Your partner is 3, so if I have 2 on the abacus, 4 on the abacus, I want to add 2. All I got to do is add the 5, right? But I have to take away the 3. That's what I have to do. But see, that's the question, right? The question is do you have enough? So if I had 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, there's enough. I don't need to use a formula. 1, 2, that's it, right? Same thing with this one. If I have 1, and then I want to add 2, 1, 2, that's it. See, these numbers are simple. Yes, it's simple. But when you get into when you get into like a lot more numbers, it will become confusing. But if you know the fundamentals, you will understand it. I'm not here to insult your intelligence. I'm just here to explain the fundamentals. So even if I had a big number like this, you'd get confused, right? You'd be like, oh my God, this is a huge number. It's like, no, no, no. Break it apart to one number at a time. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, right? What do I want to do? Wait, so all the blue beats, yes, 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 Kuko. The top beat is always 5. 5. So we have 7, 5, 6, 7. So when you notice, I want to add this. You don't need to do friendly numbers. You need to look at every number individually. Can I add the 2 here? Yes. Look, 1, 2. Can I add the 4? No, I can't add the 4. But guess what? We know how to add the 4. What did we do? We know to add the 4 is plus the 5 minus the 1, right? We know we had to plus the 4. Plus the 4 is what? Plus the 5 minus the 1, right? Plus the 5 minus the 1. And then we have to plus the 3. When we add the 3, what are we doing? Is there enough? Yes, there is. Add the 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we do it again. Add the 1. So in Abacus world, we just focus in on the number that we're trying to add. So my final answer is 3,788. So what we just did is I just showed you how it's scalable. So you know the fundamentals, you'll be able to scale it, and it doesn't matter how big the number is. Thank you, Chaotic. Please, no swearing. No swearing. Because I do have young kids here. I do have young kids. No, I understand. But be careful. I do have young kids. I have young kids as I think the youngest I've seen is probably 6 or 7. So be careful. Be careful. Keep it clean, please. Thank you. I appreciate the excitement, but please. So what we're doing is I'm showing you the concept. I'm showing you the concept of how to make a 5. When we make a 5, guess what? We can actually start going into understanding how to make a 10. Sorry, I'm just okay. So last one is the 1. Okay, hopefully we're here. Okay, so what about the big versions? Like big people? What do you mean by the big versions? Like this one? The 13 column abacus? The 13 column abacus just means that it's just more numbers. That's all it is. So this one is a 10. Yeah, chaotic knows. Especially, what was it, the division or was it the multiplication? I think the one with, the one with the 10 beads. The 10 beads is different. Why? Because that's a 1-to-1. Whereas in this abacus is more of a formula. So we actually have concepts that we have to understand. One of the concepts is how to make a 10 and how to make a 5. Though the abacus that does the 10 bead, I see what you're saying. Thank you so much, Chaotic. So the 10 bead is actually a 1-to-1 concept. So we have 3 and then 6, 7. Okay, so because I don't have the big one, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just went from left to right. You could go right to left. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter which way you go. You just need to keep track of it. So when we're looking at it, right, if I did this, we have 1. This is 1. We have 2. This is 2. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. 5. 5 is the top bead like that. So then we have 6. We have 6. 7, 7. 8, 8, 9, 9, and then we have 10. 10 on the Japanese abacus looks like that. That's what 10 looks like. But the difference is what? We don't, there's more, right? So if we had this, but then every line is a column, which is strange because we don't look at our numbers sideways. You know what I mean? We look at our numbers horizontal or vertical. So I don't understand why they don't just change the orientation of the beads to do this. And that would make more sense to me. Because then it would be like this. We have our 1s and our 10s. But this is a 1-to-1. So this, I don't even know how they do it. Yeah. So this would be 10. You'd have to trade it in. So this is 10. You trade that in, and this would be, right? Like that. That'd be 10. If I keep it like this. So then it'd be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. So that's that. And then our final one is 2 plus 1. But notice there's enough to add the 1. We don't need to do a formula. It's only here we need to add the formula. This is where we need to add it. Because why? We don't have any more beads to add the 1. So we have to add the 5, take away the 4. And so my final answer is 5. That's the only one so far. Right? And what are we doing? We're understanding how to read the abacus. We're understanding the concept. Because once you understand this concept, then you can scale it. It doesn't matter what number it is. It doesn't matter how big the number is. Because as long as you understand the concept and you know when to use it, then and that's the goal. The goal is to when do you use the abacus? When do you use the formulas? And that's what this one is. And this book is it's full of adding the 5. And what we're doing here is I'm solidifying the concept of how to add the 5. So this was the lesson. So the lesson is how to plus the 5. What we're going to do later on is practice. There's color by number. We have a color by number. We have mazes. After the mazes, there's more color by number. And again, what we're doing is we're practicing. Sorry. Sure? Sure? Are you going to make pancakes? Sorry. Or waffles? Okay, so this is a color by number. This is a word problem. These are friends. This is the maze. Color by number, and then I give you tic-tac-toe. You answer the question, place your marker, and try to get tic-tac-toe. And then I try to make it entertaining and active, entertaining and interactive. Word problems, right? And again, the questions themselves is a lot about how to add the 5. So this is strengthening and making sure that it becomes automatic. And then we go into the next one. After we go into the next one, right? So this is, and then there's always answers in the back. Just in case you needed, there's always answers in the back, just in case you don't know what I'm trying to say. I have answers in the back. So then after that, after you know how to add the 5, you'll know how to subtract the 5. So that's the next book. Yeah. And that's the next book. So the next book is how to make a 5. You know how to add, you'll know how to subtract. Oh my God, we have the regular abacus. I never thought of turning it side. What? I didn't show you, Chaotic? I didn't show you my modification? Did I not show you?
You need modification! Modify! Modify!
Tape it. Did I not show you this? You tape it. Tape the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 4, 5. Right? And then tape again, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of nice because you could see it. Right? And then, I didn't show you this? And then what I would do is I'd have a string to go like that. I ordered a preschool bundle, so I have yours coming in. Oh, good. Oh, good. You could still use this. This makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here, you can mimic it. We have 5, right? 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, and then 9. And then I would just ignore this one here. I'm definitely gonna. Yeah! When do I sleep? I will sleep when I can sell and educate the whole matrix. I'm here to make sure the matrix knows what an abacus is, because I do believe it's the greatest thing. Good morning, Mexi. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
Sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah, yesterday was tough. Yesterday, towards the end, it was still pretty good, but when I start making mistakes, then I know I need to head out. Or if I couldn't, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so when you have the 10 beat, just change the orientation, which is interesting. I don't understand why they still keep making it horizontal, but I think it's because the manufacturers don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know. I know, funny, there is a abacus at Target, and it's 11 beads. And I'm like, why is it 11 beads? I was watching. Oh, yeah. I'm so hooked. Oh, that's right, Chris. You said you couldn't sleep. So when did you go to sleep? It's like 9:50 for me right now. When did you go to sleep, Chris? I know you were up. 6 a.m. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's noon. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I gotta play my sound bits. I love my sound bits. Nope, it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, right. Because it's 10 o'clock for me right now. It will be 10. How long have you been? Oh, I've been on for about an hour. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. So, okay, we're back to here. How are we doing? We're gonna do minus the 5. Excuse me. Now you know how to add. You will know how to subtract. So, Mexi, how are we doing? Is it starting to make sense to you? So when we're adding, right, we have 8 on the abacus. We want to take away the 4. To take away the 4, the concept is what? Take away the 5 minus the 1. So again, it's the same thing. If I have 8 on the abacus, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are we going to do? We need to take away the 4. But guess what? The 4 is right here somewhere. The 4 is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I can't. But when I take this away, because I don't have any more beats to take away the 4. 1, 2, 3. I need to take away 4. So what happens is what? I need to take away this. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I take it away too much. I need to add back the 1. So I need to add that back. So then my final answer is 8. I'm sorry, 4. So it's the same thing on the abacus. I take away the 5 because the 4 is inside this 5. And I have to add back the 1. So I add back the 1. Good morning! Good morning! Good morning, Vinters.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
It's because all my family's still asleep. So there's no point for me to wake up. And no point for me to do anything. All right. So, good morning. You know, crazy. I can't believe how that one post is like blowing up. Oh my God. That one post is blowing up. Crazy. It's this one. Yeah. That one, right? That I'm like, it's crazy. All the free time in the world when the family's asleep. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I can't believe how many people are like watching it. And I just posted it too. And I'm like, all right, whatever. There's some really good comments. Yes. Thank you, Vinters, for the clarification. You're right. So in the post, it's like, this is 5, this is 50, this is 500, and then this is 5,000, and then this is 50,000. That's how I learned how to use one from those videos. Oh, thank you, Ross. Yeah. Okay. It just amazes me, like the simple posts, you know, like there's that one that I had my husband's hand, with his big burly hands. He was doing the abacus. Hold on. And I got 1.7 million out of that. And I'm like, holy cow, man. I caught people summing. Yes. Yeah, I get that too. What is that? Oh, what is this? This is an abacus. And that was interesting. And you're right, because I do mention it that if I do this, this is not 10. This is 10. And I just forgot. And I was like, oh yeah, I should make a post out of that too. How do you use it? You just move the beads. See? Move the beads. So anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, we're counting it. So this is now 11. We have 1 and then 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The top beat is always 5. Anytime, what does it mean by summing the 5s? When they do this, they think that this is 10. When actuality, this is 10. That's what summing means. Some people just think that when you add these two, like the Chinese abacus, right? So in the Chinese abacus, you have to sum this. This was 10. But it's different on the Japanese abacus, because if you did this, this is 55. If you do this, right, yeah, wrong placeholders. Exactly, wrong placeholders. But that's what that means with the summing. And so when we're looking, Val, thank you for the question. We have 5, 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. And then 10 is a 1 and a 0. 1, 0. Not 5, 5. 5, 5, that's 55, right? Just like how this is 44. This is 11. This is 12, 13, 14. And then we have 15. Some people thought you could just add all the beads regardless. Yeah, Mexi still thinks like that. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. My brain hurts. Oh my God, you're smart for this. Envy? How long did it take you to learn? A couple of months. And then I taught it for like 20 years. I'm teaching it now. I'm still in my teaching. So I'm teaching the Matrix how to use the abacus. Welcome, Matrix.
Welcome to the real world.
Which one is best to learn? I would recommend the Japanese abacus. I'm literally taking my abacus apart now. That's funny. That's funny. You guys are hilarious. You guys are so funny. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. The view from the world, families asleep. Yep. Okay. So a couple of months. Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, I just went through adding, subtracting, multiplication, division with you guys in just a couple of hours, right? And I mean, you guys been sitting here for a few times. I mean, Vinters has been with me for a while now. And so what type of math is this used for? It's used for arithmetic. Adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's all it's for. That's all it's for. It's just adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So when you do the bigger number, do you go from left to right? You know, bigger. I usually go left to right. I find it natural. But you should do both just to see how you go. So like if I had that one question, right? You should do both to see how it is. And then you start seeing that going from left to right is a lot easier. So you could do this one, right? You do 7, 5, 3, 1. And then you do 1, you add the 1, you add the 3, 1, 2, 3, you add the 4, add the 4, and then add the 2, 1, 2. So I would go both. I would go both ways and see what makes it feel nice. Honestly, it reminds me of those kids pretending to do it in their heads. You're right, but they don't pretend. They're actually doing it in their heads because they can visualize the abacus in their mind. And all we're doing is we're just moving the beads. So as you continue to practice how to move the beads, just like you on the computer, right? When you're on the computer, do you look at the keyboard all the time? You know where the space bar is. You know where the enter key is. So as you practice how to use the computer, it's the same thing with the abacus. As you continue to know how the beads move, you will be able to visualize it. That's a great example. Thank you. Because it's so true. Like I still need to look at my keyboard sometimes, but for the most part, I do have some of the keys memorized. But that's what it is, right? But now we're getting to a point where we don't need keyboards. We just do this. But you still need to memorize the motions. Whereas on the abacus, it's the same thing. You memorize the motions. My kid can, go on the abacus, can go on the phone and just type, doing this on the keyboard. And I'm like, I can't do that. I need to do that. It would have been useful for school or upcoming SETs since it's so fast. It is. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to start now. Vinters will let you know. There's a lot of people that started at where they are now, and they're starting to realize that when you go through the abacus method, it is a lot faster. I used to be good with texting on the pocket with a phone. We had buttons. Yeah, just buy an abacus from her and play along. And she was awesome exercises. Yes, thank you, Vinters. Yeah. And so we go into it, right? But you start from where you are. If you have the time, I would start practicing how to do the abacus. That's what I would do. And it keeps your brain active. Why? Because it's like brain gymnastics. And it's kind of what am I trying to say? And it's it pertains to life because we have to do a lot of adding and subtracting. Sudoku is not really, you don't really add and subtract. You're just trying to figure out logically, right? And it kind of follows this path, like crossword puzzles. How many times do you really need to use a crossword puzzle in life? But in the abacus, because you need to add and subtract all the time, depending on what we're doing, right? You do see it when you're buying things, when you do, right? For me at checkout, exactly. Do you do a video? I'm sorry. Do you have a video about the reference back to reference? Yes, I have. I try to put my videos here, but I also have, if you want, yeah. Or you ask questions and I would just post it. That's what Vinters did. There was a couple of questions and I'm like, really? Hey, Omen, welcome back. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that app. Chaotic. An abacus with games would be sweet. I have some games, but it does take time. I'm not gonna lie, it does take time. I'm still trying to build out all of my workbooks and worksheets. I still got to do multiplication for you guys. Get a book of multiplication and division, and then I think I'll be ready to do an app. Because everybody wants to do multiplication and division. So I got to get that. You can tell who our favorite students are. She has a special sound for us. Yeah. So I do have reference videos. I do try to post my lives over there. Yeah. So again, we can do it again with the 16. So on the abacus, we do 16. We do 1 and we do 6. Notice I have no more room, right? No more beads, no more loose beads to minus the 4. So what do I have to do? I have to take it away from the 5. I have to take it away from here. But if I take it away from here, it's too much. I need to add the 1. So all I got to do is move the beads, right? If you notice, to minus the 4 will always be this. Minus the 5 plus the 1. That's what we're doing. And we could do it again, right, with the 15. So if I have 15, again, if you notice, I'm just going to take away the 4. Take away the 4 is just this motion. That's all we're doing. So if you look at it, the 3 is the same. If I have 7 on the abacus, 7 on the abacus, the motion is still up, right? Minus the 5, but we're now adding 2. So if you look, you're going to start seeing a pattern. You're going to start seeing a pattern. Right? You don't need to memorize. You just need to see the pattern. And as you see the pattern, you're going to start understanding. And you start memorizing it in your head. Do I do mental math? No. Maybe I do, but I don't move the beads in my mind. What I do is I do I can do the formulas in my mind. And that's what we do, right? So when we do 16 on the abacus, I'm telling you, minus the 5 plus the 2. That's mental. But moving the beads, I need to see it. I like to see my numbers. I like to see what I'm moving. That's what it is. And then we do it again for the 15. Here is the 2. The 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. So we have minus the 5 on the abacus is 6. I want to take away 2. There is no beads to take away 2. There's only 1. So to take away the 2, I have to minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. There we go. So my final answer is 4. So there's that book. That's this book right here. And again, it's all about what? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. And then as you continue on, you'll start to understand. Then again, we talk about how to take away the 2, and then there's take away the 1, and then we have tic-tac-toe. And then I provide activities specific to taking away the 5. Growing up, multiplication was difficult for me. But this way, it's more easier for me to count. Exactly. And so when I have it, I have my Abacus for Adults book. When that comes in, I will show you. What are we doing? I need to find. So when I teach multiplication for my kids, when I was teaching my kids multiplication, I said, you know what? Do it through the Abacus. The reason why is because you can see the numbers. So let's do the 3 times table. When we do 3 times table, we can use it on the abacus. It is repeated addition. That's what we're doing. We're doing repeated addition. So when we look at it, right, to memorize, I would tell my kids just keep doing it on the abacus because it's a pain in the cheeks. It's just cheeks. The reason why is because you get tired of doing it. So you start to memorize because you have to go through the strife. So if I do 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 3, add another 3. Plus the 5 minus the 2. Add a 3. Can you do it? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Then you add the 4. 3 times 4. 4 times 3. Add another 3. To do that, I need to plus the 5, plus the 10 minus the 7. And then I get 12. And I got to do 3 times 5. Can I do it? No. I have to plus the 5 minus the 2. It gives me 15. 6 times 3. Can I add the 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Not a problem. So it's 18. I know 6 times 3 is 18. And then 7. 7 times 3 is what? Add another 3. Plus the 10 minus the 7 is 21. And then 8 times 3. 8 times 3, can you do it? 1, 2, 3. And then 9 times 3. 9 times 3, can't do it. Plus the 5 minus the 2. So my final answer is 27. Right? So what we just did is we did repetitive addition. And I would get my kids to do it over and over again until they know it. The reason why is because flashcards is passive learning, right? You can easily flip the cards. Whereas when you do it on the abacus or you do memory cards for multiplication, then you have to actively look for the numbers and you start memorizing. You start remembering that. So, But that's what I would do on the abacus, is to show how do you add and subtract on the abacus. What if they don't? What if you don't get them together? Get what? You don't. You can buy it separate. That's fine too. There's no judgment. You don't need to get it together. I don't even know what the question means. Okay. So, oh, yeah. What kind of math? So is it kind of like a math? Do you ever let your kids play? Do you always troll education? This is arithmetic. Adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. All we're doing is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And you know what? I do let my kids play, because every time I'm on TikTok live, they're always playing. Because I'm not bothering them anymore. It's either I bother you guys or I bother my family. So my family would rather me bother you guys. Yeah, because yeah. So what's the difference between the Chinese one and the oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Val, for the question. We accept. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the Chinese one, this is a Chinese abacus, this is a Japanese abacus. The difference is the amount of beads, and there's more trading, which is interesting. So when we're looking, it works very similar. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then because I have 5, I'm going to trade it in, and then I make that 5. That's all I'm doing. So we do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then I trade this in to make a 10. So notice I have 10 here. I'm going to trade that in to 10. So then we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whereas on the Japanese abacus, it's kind of similar, but kind of different. It's less steps, less trading. A little bit more efficient. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Yeah, thank you, smooth operator. Yeah. Okay, so when we're looking, it's interesting, but it's interesting because in Chinese abacus, and somebody was teaching me the Chinese abacus, what they do is they count up, and I'm like, oh, but I don't know if they do multiplication division on the Chinese abacus. You can do it on the abacus. You can do it on the Japanese abacus. I know you can do 6 times table on the Chinese abacus, but after that you cannot do 7 times table. So 6 times table is really interesting. So 6 times 1 is 6, right? 6 times 2, just add 6. Do you see that? So we have 12. 10, 12. So that I'm going to trade that in. So that's 6 times 2. 6 times 3, add another 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. 18. And then 6 times 4. All I got to do is add another 6, like that. So then we have 20, right? Because this is 10, and this is 4. Guess what? 6 times 5. 30. How do I get 30? 5, 10, 30. And then what? 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 6. Add another 6. 6 times 7 is add another 6. So we have 10 here, so we do that. So it's 42. 6 times 8, 50, 40, and then 6 times 9, 54. Right? Wait, I understood better with both of them. Yeah. Yeah. Val? When using the abacus, I'm sorry. Hello, good morning, TikTok God, AI TikTok God. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sharing my live. Wait, I understood. Yeah. So when using the abacus, do you place the value on the B line of your choice? For the Chinese one, it is of your choice, but for the Japanese one, there is these predetermined labels that I would use. That's what I would do. Hello, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
Thank you for the follow, Georgie. Abacus is too hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. So Val, does that make sense? Yeah. You know, the difference is that you can visually see the numbers. Once you visually see the numbers, you will be able to understand when you need to add and subtract. For a couple of minutes, I'm getting it. Yeah, but when people say Abacus is too hard, they don't sit around and watch. And could be a troll. And that's all I have for, right? I only see the comments. So if you're saying that Abacus is too hard, I'm like, Hey, Triple! Welcome back. It's not so hard when she explains it. Thank you, Sarah. It's so cool. It is. And so, what are we doing? So, yeah, I mean, even those people that are a little bit, have learning disabilities, they do find using the abacus is easier. It just takes a little bit of time to understand. And if you just did a little bit of time and practice, because it's unfamiliar, it takes time to become familiar. You know what I mean? So we did this. We're at the tens. So somebody was asking, how do we carry and how do we borrow? I don't know if they're still here, but we're going to continue on. This book is available in my shop. Add the 10. So for those of you that are interested, I do have books available here or in my shop. And we're looking at the plus 10s right now. I do sell the abacus available. The abacus is available in my shop as well. This is a 7-column abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only go up to 10,000. It only goes up to 10,000. Why? Because if I label this as my ones place, and I have my ones, tens, 100,000s, 10,000s. Wow, this is useful. I wish I had it. Since some kids are expected to memorize within a week. Yes. There's a lot of memorizing. Oh, there's a lot of memorizing in mainstream math, which is really kind of like sad. And there's a lot of memorizing. Let me see if I can find my. That's not it. Oh, here it is. Here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is understand. So we did understand how to make a 5. We knew how to add the 5. We knew how to take away the 5. The next step is to understand how to make a 10. This is where we do carrying over or borrowing. This is all we need to do is we need to figure out how to make a 10. That's all we need to do. And it's really crazy on how complex the strategies are in mainstream math. So when we're looking, I've always been the type of person to dislike math because going too fast to memorize. I'm enjoying this. Oh, good. But you have to memorize this. But it's easy to memorize. You just need to memorize this. And you'll notice that if you do the one way, you do the other way, which is really crazy. So it's the same thing with this. You need to memorize that 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. You need to memorize this concept. This concept will help you with this. The reason why is because we make a 10. All it is adding a 10. So we do 1 and a 0. We're adding a 10. But how do we add the 10? How do we add the 10? Well, that is the question, right? So here is the formula. What we're going to do is we're going to understand 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Because we do this, we're going to do some modification.
You need modification. Modify.
So if you notice, we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate the 9. So when our question, again, we're not going to memorize 9 plus 9. What we're going to do is we're going to understand how to utilize it. We have 9 on the abacus. I want to add the other 9. To add a 9, I have this formula. Plus the 10 minus the 1. Why am I doing that? Because if I plus the 10, that's too much. I need to take away the 1. So my final answer is 18. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then plus the 10 is 18. This is 18. 1 and 8. right? So wait, that's kind of confusing. Well, what happens if I use the money? Money, money, money. What if I use the money, right? We could do it again. We have 9 on the abacus. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I give you 10 cents, I need change back. So I take away the 1. Same thing. Add the 10, take away the 1. Here's another way. Here is another way. That's still confusing, Lynette. Okay. Here. Here is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? We do it again. We do it again. Right? 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guess what? I need to know, how do I make 1? The difference is, in Abacus world, we take it from the previous number. That's what we do. We deal with what we have. We take it from the previous number to make a 10. So I take it away from the top 9 and I put it here. Now I've made a 10. I'm going to add it to my abacus. So my final answer is 18. How do I know? 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 10. That's all I'm doing. I'm just rearranging it. But what I'm doing is I'm taking what I have. I took what I have to add it to what I need. That's what I did. So that's why it's critical to know what the second number is. We can do it again. If I have 3 on the abacus, I'll do 3. Right? I have 3 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3. Guess what? I'm going to add a 9. So I add the 9. I know when I add it together, right? We need to add it together. I need to make 10 out of this. I can make a 10, but how do I do it? I need to know that 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. I need 1. Where am I going to get the 1 from? You get the 1 from the previous number. You get the 1, yes. So you take the 1, and then you add the 10. So now I have 10 here, and I have 2 here. And I just did is I just did some organization. I did not memorize that 13 is equal, 12 is equal to 12 and 3, and I did not memorize that 3 plus 9 is 12. What I did was I memorized the concept. Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. So it's plus the 10, or you could say minus the 1 to add the 10, to make that 10. And that's what I did. So we could do it again with the 8. But see, the difference in mainstream math is that they stop after a while. They do 8, which makes sense, right? Or let's do 7. So we have 9 on the abacus. We have 7. 9 on my abacus. And I want to do 7. So I know to make 7, so what do? In abacus world, we are looking at the second number, right? Plus the 3, we got to get the 3 from somewhere. We take it from the 9, and we bring it down to make it 10. So I just made my 10. So now I see my answer is 16. I add the 10 minus the 3. What would mainstream math do? Mainstream math would be flip-flopped. They would, you're just regrouping. Yes, we're just grouping to the 10. Isn't that crazy? So mainstream math, what would they do? They would use the 9. But they would say, oh, I need to add 1 to the 10. They don't take away from what they have. They just give you another, and then they take it away later. It gets confusing. But for me, in the abacus world, we take from what we have. You're just readjusting. We're reorganizing. That's what we're doing. We're reorganizing. So we could do it again, right? It's crazy. Like, how simple is that? How simple is that? Right? We could do it again with 14. 14. What do? Plus the 7. Plus the 7. Hello, colloquial rubbish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the reminder. Good morning. Hello, Mama Bear. Thank you so much for the tiny, tiny, and the finger heart. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So, what do? This is again the formula. The formula is what you have to memorize. Plus the 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 3. Minus the 3, and then add the 10. Wow, that was really cool. Right? Thank you so much for the finger heart and let him cook. Thank you. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you for the heart puff. Does that make sense? Right? We're just reorganizing, which is crazy. It's crazy. But in mainstream math, it's a lot of strategies. Crazy. Anyways, we could do it again. So let's do it again with the 4. No, let's do it again with the 3, right? So in mainstream, if you had 8 plus 3, this is so much easier once you see it. Yes, right?
Oh, I can see everything.
And that's my goal. My goal is to hopefully show you how easy it is on the abacus. There's a little bit of an investment. I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit of an investment. But once you get past it, once you get past to the pretense of how unfamiliar this is, you'll understand that it is a lot easier. You don't have to memorize a ton of stuff. You just need to memorize the fundamentals, and this is the fundamentals. So when we're looking at it in mainstream math, they'll be like, oh, add the 8 to make add 2 to make a 10. And then you got to take away, and you know what I mean? You do it that way. But in abacus, you don't do it that way. You still follow the steps. I have 8 on the abacus. I want to add the 3. How do I know to make a 10 with a 3? I know 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. So I need to get the 7 from somewhere. I need to get the 7 from somewhere. So I get the 7 from here. I can take it from here. 5 and then 2 from the 8. And I can add it to my 7. Add it to my 3. So then I'm left with 11. So that's what we did. Right. We take away the 5 and the 3, the 5 and the 2, and we put up the 10. We take away the 5 and the 2, and we add the 10. So we still go the same path. It's still a one-way street. That's a good one. It's a one-way street. It's not an up and down thing. I know in mainstream math, you'd be like, oh, to add the 10, you add 2, and then you go up. You could, but then when you get into more complicated numbers, when you add the 3, you may not have the 8 anymore. You know what I mean? What we're doing is we're focusing on the number 3. Here is 7. So if we have 7 on the abacus, and I have 3, guess what? We do the same thing. The concept, you start with the first number and you work from there. Yes, you start with what you have and you work from what you got. So here we have 7, right? Plus the 3. I know to plus the 3, I just take away the 7 and to make a 10. I could do that, right? So what I'm doing is I take away the 3 to make a 10. And then let's do it with 4. Can't do it with 4. 9. I got to do it with 9. Right? In mainstream math, you go both ways, right? Up and down. But in abacus, you go one way because you strengthen the weaker one, right? The concept of adding the 3. So when we're looking, this is 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 on the abacus. 9 on the abacus. I have 3. So what we're doing is we're strengthening and making sure that it's balanced. I know that if I take away 7 from the 9, right? 7, 5, 6, 7. 5 and then 2, I take it away and I make a 10 with a 3. So my final answer is 12. Yes, always start with the first number given and work from there. Right, and we're not counting up. We're not counting up. We're not saying, okay, 3, 4, I'm not saying 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11. We're not doing that in 12. We're not doing that because counting after 7, I don't know, counting up from 7 is a lot. But yeah, you can count up, but that's not what we're teaching. What I'm teaching is a method. I'm teaching a concept. You know that 3 and 7, so we utilize what we have. Take away the 2, put up the 110, and up the 10s. Yes, exactly, exactly. Thank you, Chris. right? And so what we're doing is we're understanding how to make a 10. We're literally making a 10. There is not another way. This is the only way. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
So what are we doing? It's the same thing with the 2. We know how to make a 2 with a 10. We need to utilize this, right? This is the way. It is the way. We have to make a 2 is add the 8. So if I isolate the variable 2, I need to plus the 10 minus the 8. Hello, applesauce! You open your mind. Yes, yes.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So they're talking about how, you can do mental math. Yes, you can do mental math, but there's also a process and a method for Abacus world. And what we do is when we take 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we want to add the 2. Well, we know that 8 and 2 are a pair. I joined the Abacus cult. So here we have 2. What do? We take the 8 from the 9. Take the 8 from the 9 and we make the 10 out of it. That's what we did. So then we can make our 10 and our final answer is 11. In mainstream, you go back and forth. But in Abacus, you go one way. You only go from top to bottom. Because when the total is a running total, you can't go up and down. I've got these little guys for a reason. Can you do that one again? Yes, yes. So, yeah. So we have 9, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 2. 9 on the Abacus. And then what? We take away. How do you make a 10 how do you make a 10 with the 2? It's 8. 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. Right? So we have to take away the 3 and the 5 from the 9. Because that's what we have. We have the numbers. And we just add it to our 10 like that. That's all we're doing. So we're rearranging, we're reorganizing, we're making it more organized. So we plus the 10, take away the 8. That's what we did. Good, Sarah. Good. Thank you for the question. Right? And it's the same thing with the 1. But the 1 only has the one number. It's the 9. That's the only thing. So when we're looking at it, plus the 1 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 9. The only question you have is 9. Plus the 10 minus the 9. Because we know 1 and 9 are a pair. So we have 9, and then we want to add 1. Plus the 10 minus the 9. Yeah, that's it. Okay, great. Right? And it's and then that's it. Once you know how to do that, then the next thing would understand what two-step equations are. Well, and then the next thing is to understand minus. So again, in this book, we start solidifying the concepts of how to make a 10. We have the 1, and then afterwards, we just did the lesson, and then there's like activities. There's the hidden words. There's the puzzles. After puzzles, you find out what the answer is. I would, if you could, write out the formulas, right? And then you find the puzzle pieces for the puzzle board. That's the puzzle board. This is the puzzle pieces. And then we have the hidden words, and then we have more puzzles and hidden words and mazes. I believe there's still mazes in this one. Oh, yep, there's the maze, and then more hidden words. So I try to make it interactive as well as entertaining, and hopefully it solidifies and becomes more automatic. And so when we just update, I took my kids. Oh yeah. Was it easy to take it apart? Put it back together, super glued, 5 beads together, and now I'm looking at it. It's something to separate the two sections. Oh yeah. So I would do, yeah. So either you could do a string. I would do a string. Yeah, I would do a string or pipe cleaner. Do you have pipe cleaners? That is hilarious. So every time I come in here, I pick up something new, and it's all, and that makes it all sync better. Yes, yes, and that's what it is. It's just practice and becoming more familiar with the concept. That's really cool, chaotic. That's so funny. It's kind of easy. I needed to, but I need a mallet. Yeah, yeah, Chris. I remember in the beginning you were like, I don't get it, but it takes time just to be familiar. One, to see the numbers. One, to understand how to read it, and then two, how to move it. And that's what I try to do is I try to explain how to move it and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not like we're slow. It's just unfamiliar. Are we ready for multiplication? Are you guys ready for multiplication? Well, we can now because we did plus tens. We can do multiplication. Are we ready? We can do more complex multiplication because there's only 44 of us, and I'm assuming everybody is old. Everybody's been here. Small ones. Okay, we'll do small ones. We'll do the ones that I did before. Yeah. Because I got a whole, and that's the thing. And that's easier. I'm scared of it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You know why? Because when I make my multiplication table, when I make my multiplication workbook, it's going to be step by step like my addition and subtraction. And I'm very excited for multiplication. I'm very excited how I'm going to do it. And it'll slowly build up your confidence. That's what we're here for. We're here to build confidence. And I need to. Hello, Jeff. Welcome back. Let's go. I need to find my. All right. Where did I put it? Hello, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Are you ready to start the day? I'm here every stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's actually easier to multiply Abacus than mainstream. It is. It is because we do distributive property. That's what we do. So in Abacus world, we do distributive property. And we solidify the one concept over and over again until it becomes automatic, right? So again, what are we doing? What's our starting point? Our starting point is 3. We need to understand how to find our starting point, right? Because we can see their question. We don't need to blindly just multiply. We can critically think that we're going to be somewhere in the hundreds. How do I know? Because we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to be in the hundred somewhere. So then we're going to distribute a property, which is 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Add the 5, add the 6. 4 times 7 is what? Do you work with any other math stuff? No, Jeff, I don't. I just do basic arithmetic. Thank you, 28. It is weird that when I see the multiplication problem, now my mind sees it in the abacus, right? Yes. Well done. Well done. Because then you could see everything.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
So 28. Add the 2, add the 8. So we have 558. And I get an answer much quicker. Right. No, I understand. Right. See? It just takes a little bit of time. Don't be so hard on yourself. We're just here to just be familiar with Abacus. That's all we're here for. So our number is 588. Thank you, applesauce. Thank you, applesauce. 588. Is that easy? Is that all right? That's okay? So our next number. Again, See, it's the same process. You get 3. 1, 2, 3. How do I know? Because I have 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. So then we do 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 24. 3 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is a single digit. We need to remember to put our leading 0 and then have a 6, because that will push our digit to the next column. So we have a 0 and then we have a 6. So my final answer is 200. Thank you, applesauce. Yes. 24, 3 digits, 06, 2 digits. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. So our answer is 246. This is easy, right? 1, 2, 3. 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is equal to 24. 20 and then 4. We don't need to worry about the 0. Why? Because the abacus does it for me. I don't need to worry about it. The abacus does it for me because I put my number in the proper position. Thank you, Jeff. Right? Because I put my abacus in the proper position, I don't need to worry about the 0. That was easy, right, Jeff? Our next number. Again, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Add the 2, add the 5. Right? 5 times 9 is equal to 45. Add the 4, add the 5. So totaling the numbered digits, columns of the abacus. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Yes, thank you, applesauce. 294. Yes. When you count these, right, that is the answer on the abacus. Then you know it's 3 digits. 295. So that's what I'm saying. We can gather clues from our question. No, it is always the same. It's always the same. When would it not be? It will always land on 3 digits, but it depends if it's going to be a single digit or a double digit. Like this. So I know we know this. But here we are, right? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 is a single digit. You go back 1 column. Because why? It's a 0, 2. So you go 0, 2. And do it again. 0, 2. So it's always, hello, Paulo. Thank you for teaching. Not a problem. Not a problem. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
Right? Why? We don't want to, we can bend the numbers, right? We can bend it. You could say, yeah, 10 times 2 is 2 digits, but no. 10 times 2 is actually 3 digits. You have to remember that there's a 10. The 0, that 0 is our placeholder. Don't forget the 0. Even though you have nothing in the 10 spot, you still use to get the answer. Yes, exactly. You still need to, so even if it's 10 times 2, you still count it. 1, 2, 3. Why? Because this 0 makes it a 10. You cannot ignore it. It's just like our paycheck. We need to have zeros, right? It would be different if we had $5 or if we had 500, right? You still need those zeros. You still need to count those ones in the back. But in the front, you don't need to count. You have to count the zeros in the back because that's what happens for your paycheck. If you had no more zeros in the back, your paycheck would be really small. So you still have to count the zeros in the back. Does that make sense? Still count the zeros in the back. Lots of zeros in the paycheck. Exactly, exactly. So if you have zeros in the back for your paycheck, then you count the zeros when you do multiplication on the abacus. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 6 times 2 is 12. Oh yeah, there you go. Thank you, Jeff. So we have 12, 1, 2, and then we do it again. 1, 2, and we add it together. Right? So my final answer is 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. As long as that's only the paycheck. Jeremiah, good morning, good afternoon, good morning, Jeremiah.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Good morning. Yes, thank you for checking in. For those of you that are interested, go ahead and check in at the orange heart me at the where my head is. Yeah. So as long as it's only numbers on the paycheck, yeah, as opposed to taxes. Whew. I'd rather have less zeros in the taxes, right? Okay, so we do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 9 times 9 is 81. 81. 3 times 9 is 27. Yep. 1, 2, and then 7. Right? I don't get. Yep. So the answer is, thank you so much, Jeremiah, for sharing the live. Yeah. Thank you, applesauce. Yes. 837. 837. Right? And so that's the thing, like just starting off simple and still go through the process. Once the process becomes more automatic, then you can go into more complicated multiplication questions. Because the questions can get difficult, I'm not going to lie, but we got to understand concepts. We need to understand concepts. Again, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Add the 1, add the 2. 9 times 2 is 18. Add the 1, add the 8. Oh, good morning, D. Good morning, D. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Yes, thank you, Chris. It is 1, 3, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And so what we're doing is we're understanding how to multiply on the abacus and then being able to read it. But I do notice that when I do it the abacus way, I mean, it's different. Is it different really? Is it really different than mainstream? It's not really that much different. It's just the way it's presented, which is interesting. So even on the mainstream, let's see, 69 times 2, right? In mainstream, what happens? Good morning, Cohen. What do we do? Mainstream, you do this first, and it's 18. And then what happens? Actually, you don't do this. You take this and you add it to here. So then you need to remember that 6 times 2 is 12, and you have to add the 3. So it's 138, right? But it's different. Why? Why is it different? Because in mainstream, you have to write it out. In abacus, you just do it. And we do it the other way. So we start from the 2, the 6. So the 6 is 18, 1 and 8. And then we stay here. So it's like a staircase. Somebody said it was a staircase. Didn't Smooth Operator said it was a staircase? Right? And carry the 1. Yeah, we have to carry the 1. But here on the abacus, you don't need to carry the 1. You just add it. 1, 8. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to carry the 1. We have 18, add the 1, add the 8. We don't have to carry the 1. Mainstream, you forget to carry, at least the kids. Yeah, yeah. The ones I forget, yeah. But here in Abacus, you don't need to carry. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I don't need to remember to carry. I just need to add the 1, add the 8. Oh, ha, ha, this is so much easier. How long? Hey, Lando. Long time. Hello. Good morning. It's been a little bit.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
You could try to teach it. It is up to you. I'm trying to make the abacus more accessible to all grades. So that was the thing, would be to try to figure out how to provide the understanding as well as not insulting to their intelligence, that to start with small numbers. You know what I mean? So, but it is possible. I think it is possible to show it in each way. If you have a young grade starting to teach them how to count on the abacus, yeah. But Chris is a calculus, right? You teach the high schoolers? Would be better too for the younger kids. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is a little bit tougher. I mean, it would have to be like remedial math and tutor at home. Oh, I see. So when you tutor at home, you could do that. Ask grades. Yeah, yeah. You could start, introducing this. With the kids, it's tough without getting a classroom of them, and that's a lot for the teacher to buy. It is. It is. It is, and the hope is to be able to get the district to pay for it. Because I actually have a friend that works at a district, and they bought a whole bunch of Rec and Recs. Or if the teacher wants to, they can make it out of an art project, and you can have them make Abacus as an art project, and then from there they can utilize it. The only reason why maybe you would want to buy it is if you wanted speed. But if you don't care about speed and you're just looking for concepts, you can easily make it. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like Jeremiah. Jeremiah made it. Because we don't need to worry about speed. You know what I mean? It's fine if you just made something that's DIY, and then you add that extra creativity for a lot of the kids, right? To be moving with their hands and what moving their hands and providing motor skills. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The right chaotic, just like yours. And that's the thing. Like in abacus world, we're always worried about speed. Everybody's always talking about speed, speed, speed. It's like, well, it's actually a really good concept. And if you just take the time to understand the concept, the speed will come. The speed will come. It's just not right now. So it's fine if the abacus is a little bit difficult to move. It's fine that your abacus is not smooth, right? Because that's another thing. Like, it's kind of a pain to remind the kids to always hold their abacus, because if they don't, then the answer becomes wrong. Because when you move it, right, then your beads will move. So I've used a fishing line to separate them. I'm done. Oh, interesting. Here's a question though. With the fishing line, is it easy to see, or did you want something a little bit more like a yarn, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, to make it distinct. Yeah, you should post it. Yeah, Jeremiah posted his, and I reposted it. I'm gonna paint it. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I love learning abacus with you. Oh, thank you. I speak about you every day. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate that. It is interesting that with basic arithmetic, how easy it can be. You know what I mean? Oh, that's funny, chaotic. You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. Okay, Saka Mika, are you still here? Where is Jeremy's post? If you go to my thing, I reposted it. Repost. There it is, right there. That's it. So I reposted it. So if you go to my profile, you go to the repost, and that's where it is. Yeah, right? It's cute. And my little notes. I was looking at your notes like, oh, very good notes. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. Oh, yeah. So then Tammy, she did the maze. She liked it, and I reposted it. She put it on her thing. And she did the... She has all my books. It's crazy. So, yeah, whatever. And then there's this one, yeah. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you, Jeremiah. The hand when we... Yeah, right, S? That's what I'm saying. It's really cool. Because you don't have to worry about speed. You just worry about concepts. And that's what it is. Understand the concepts, and then you can go into, something a little bit better. Whatever. Or just stay with that. Because this in itself is very good with concepts. Tammy's a great artist. Yes, Tammy is a really good artist. She has a lot of things that she does. It's very interesting. And she also does a lot of crocheting as well, which is funny. She has to keep her fingers active. All right. Sorry, looking at this. It was crazy. This one. Okay. And again, we're going to do it again. So we do 3. We're going to do, I don't know if, okay, anyways. We have 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 7. I'm sorry, 3. 1, 2, 3. 7 times 3 is equal to 21. We had the 2. We had the 1. 9 times 7 is 63, right? 63. Add the 6, 5, 6. Add the 3, 1, 2, 3. So my final answer is 273. Yeah. Thank you. Good morning. Well, I am bored. Or good afternoon. It's almost the afternoon. Thank you everybody for joining. Yes, thank you. 273. And then this is easy, right? Because we know 3, 1, 2, 3. So 8 times 5 is 40. 4 and a 0. So my final answer is 400. 400. Thank you. I am bored. And then we go to this one. Oh, that's easy again. How do I know? 1, 2, 3. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. 1, 2. So my final answer is 120. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, I am bored. Oh yeah, so we did this 22, right? 22. And then we have this one. So the answer is what? No. The question is what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5 times 2 is 10. 1, 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 2, 0. Yep. Thank you. This is so amazing. I've never learned how to use one. TikTok. Oh, hello, TikToker. Hello. Good morning. Yes. Welcome.
Welcome to the real world.
So that was multiplication. I got to make my multiplication book. I think that's what's going to really push a lot of sales. Because a lot of people are scared of multiplication. I think it's, interesting. It's interesting to see it as a multiplication. But then I got to figure out how to explain it on a piece of paper. But yeah, I'll have a multiplication workbook. It'll be one for the kids and one for the adults. Because the adults, I'm hoping that... Or maybe I just make one. Maybe just make... You know what? I'll just make one. But I'm going to make it into, do all the 2 times table, the 3 times table, the 4 times table, the 5 times table. Yeah. Why did we have them in school when I was a kid? They've never got taught. As I'm older than you. You know what? it was never in school. I had to learn it because my dad was like, I want to build a learning center for Abacus. And I'm like, I don't even know what an abacus is. I didn't even know. This is the way. You're right.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
I know some schools in California, there was this one school, they did it, but then I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody, they didn't carry on. It's just interesting on how it kind of manifests. But but Singapore math is very popular. So I'm thinking maybe if Abacus can start getting into that. But I think the problem with Abacus is in Abacus world, we use our own vocabulary, whereas we used it for decorating for more than anything. Yeah. Curriculum to determine by state, district, teacher competency. Yeah, I have to figure out how to position it to build out a whole curriculum. And so I think that's what I'm kind of building on right now is once I am able to build out like everything for second grade, everything for third grade, then we can actually introduce Abacus all throughout the elementary school. You know what I mean, applesauce? And so, and I think that's what I want to do is build out my repertoire before I start going into how to do the curriculum. We're behind you. Oh, thank you. You need a crusade. Thank you so much, Chris. I really believe that if the kids just knew how to do this, they don't need to worry about all the other different strategies and memorization. It's crazy on how much they need to memorize. Okay, so here, did I show you guys this one? Did I show you this? There's a lot of memorizing. Like in mainstream math, you have to memorize this. You have to memorize that 13 is equal to 9 plus 4. But in Abacus, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am bored seeing this. It's new to you. Okay, so here. So we're going to do a minus. In mainstream math, what happens? We take away the 2 and we add the 1. And then we have to make this 13. This is what you do in mainstream math. But we do this differently in Abacus because we just need to focus on this 9. In mainstream math, you need to know that 4 and 9 is equal to 13. You need to know this. You need to memorize it. But Abacus, you don't need to. We have 23. We take away 1, right? We take 1. We want to minus the 9. We know in Abacus world, minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. That's it. We do it again. So we have 35, we put 30, minus, and then my answer is 4. So again, we do it again. We have 2, and then we have to make this a 15. So it's 35. We take away the 2 on the Abacus. But again, you need to memorize that 9 and 6 is equal to 15. You have to borrow from our neighbor to grow. I remember that being taught that. Yeah, okay. I've never heard of that. That's a new thing. That was probably a teacher thing. So then we have to remember 9 and 6 is equal to 15. But in Abacus, we know minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. Minus the 10 plus the 1. So instead of memorizing 2 things, only memorize the 1 thing. That's all you need to do. That's how I remember it. That's interesting. You have to borrow from your neighbor to grow borrow from our neighbor. I see, not grow. I see. So then we do it again. Here's 86. 86. Again, we take away from here, make this a 7, make this a 16. You have to know that 7 and 9 equals 16. I'm sleepy again. It's been a long day, long night. But in Abacus, we don't. We just take away the 5 and we have to minus the 9. Minus the 9 equals to minus the 10 plus the 1. That's it. That's all you need to do. Minus the 10 plus the 1. That's all we need to memorize. We don't need to memorize that 16 is equal to 9 and 7. This is a math fact that the kids are supposed to memorize. Lost. Which one? The Abacus way or the mainstream way? Thank you, I am bored, for the rose. Plain subtraction on the Abacus. Okay. So, we have 47 on the Abacus. 47. Now, usually, on the Abacus, I go left to right. I go left to right. So the first thing I do is I take away the 1. So I take away the 1, right? No, left. That's all I'm doing. And then I want to take away the 9. You know the formula for that. Minus the 9. Minus the 9 equals minus the 10 plus the 1. So what do we do? Minus the 10 plus the 1. Yeah. Yeah. When we start going to 2 digits, that's what I'm saying. You understand the concept, then the numbers are. Doesn't matter how big the numbers are because you know the concepts. You understand the concepts. Is it 28? Yeah, it is 28. You understand the concepts, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. Let's do it again. 68, 68. I go first the 5. Take away the 5. Now we take away the 9. Take away the 9. Minus the 9 equals to minus the 10 plus the 1. Minus the 10 plus the 1. My final answer is 9. Thank you, I am bored. Did that make sense? I got it. First time doing subtraction. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't do subtraction very often because everybody always wants to go to multiplication. Yeah, my one dog, she barks at everything. Yeah, and that's the thing. Subtraction is a different. It, we don't do a lot of subtraction in general, but when we do, it's still just the reverse. Because if you notice, if I want to add the 9, all I got to do is reverse the signs. Plus 9 is equal to plus 10 minus 1. Different animal. Yes, I got 2. Is it different or is it just a nuance, right? It's just the reverse. So it's like a mirror image. It's not subtraction. Yeah. I wonder about subtraction. Like conceptually it's hard, but the formulas make it the same. And we can do it again. We have a whole set. And when we do subtraction and we do addition. Okay, wait. What am I trying to say? We can do so it's the same thing. Oh, good, Lan. Our Abacus. I need work now. I need workbooks. Okay, I just have not done it in 2 weeks. Yeah. You're welcome, Lane. You're welcome. So in this one is the minus tens. And in the beginning I broke it up into separate concepts because I didn't want to overwhelm the kids. And I noticed that a lot of the math books, they kind of just give you like one or two questions and then they move on to the next one. But I really wanted the kids to really get this solid. So there's a whole book on minusing the 10. My daughter's 4. Oh yeah. Yes, I remember. Okay, I am bored. I'll see you later. Yeah, I hope she likes the activities. I do have more activities. I'm going to start building it out into more books. I do have these ones. if you want to do some more activities, this one would be kind of recommended because it's a lot of cutting and pasting. And since Halloween's coming around, I do have this one where here's the flip through. There's a scissors, a scissors skill exercise. This one is over here. And then again, I just explained what the abacus is. Find the picture of the abacus, and then here we talk about what is the what's the zero color, color, and then we have to find the maze. So here you have to look at the number, then you have to find the abacus, and then you would have to find the number 0. And I would recommend your daughter to trace all the words wherever everything is traceable. So she just practices, right? Whatever. And then this is also a maze. So the idea was to find the way how to get to 0. And if it's a 0, if it's blank, so this is what it'd be. It'd be start from here, right? And then you have 1. This is the abacus of 1. This is the number 1. And then this is the blank of the 0. And then I bow down to kindergarten teachers. Oh, yeah. Is it not hard to teach? They don't know the ones and the... it comes, I think if you just say it enough times, I think they'll understand it. Yeah. And so if there's this here, then you use a dough ball, like a Play-Doh, and you just put one there so they have the understanding of tactile. And then you also use the abacus to follow it. So if I did 1, that would be 1, right? And then you follow the 1, and then here's the path. And again, these are the mazes. So I have it all the way to 9. I go all the way to 9. No, I go all the way to 10. So I have more activities. And again, I talk about just kind of trace it, color in the number, and then this is just to color it in and to get them familiar with the 10 frame is, because that's what they're going to see in school. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to relate abacus to mainstream. For kids, it's repetitive. Yes. And so I have it to 0 to 9 to 5. And again, I go all the way. And then there is like the maze. I really like the mazes. And then I talk about what the 10 looks like. The 10 is a 1 and a 0. And then we have the maze. And then we start counting. We have other activities to continue to practice. So this is the matching game. This is color in the apple, color in the items. Here, you trace the number, you color in the abacus, you cut it, and then you match 1 and 1. You match 9 and 9 together. And then you put it into the spooky pairs. Kids' shows seem so long because you have the same show repeating every day for a week. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, even movies. My kid watched Frozen, like, 1,000,000 times, and he would still watch it again. So this one is the haunted house. Find the ghost, trace the number, and then find what house belongs to the ghost. Of course, not a problem, Lane. Not a problem. And then this is a clip counting. So again, you trace the numbers, you cut it, and then here you cut this out, and you have to clip. You use a clothespin. So here is 0, and you have to tell me what is 0, or what is after 0, right? And then it's the same thing with the 1. You tell me what is before 0, what is before 1, what is after 1. I have to go to work. Okay, Lane, see you later. Oh, Lane, see you later. I love your tattoos. Those are fantastic work. You do a really good job. Those are so amazing that you do. I'll see you next time, Lane. Yeah. So that's what this is. And of course, there's answers in the back. And then I have the Christmas one. The Christmas one, I gotta bring in more. The Christmas one, we actually go into adding and subtracting. And again, there's more puzzles. Cool. All right. So here we are with the minus 10s. And I think after this, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go get something to eat. And then, so it's the same thing with the Abacus through the year. Very cool. Thank you, Applesauce. Thank you. Yeah. My goal is to also make it themed, right? And also to make it engaging. That's what it is, engaging. So the way I was trying to explain multiplication was a little bit different because I wanted to, this is not necessarily negative, but we needed to understand that we want to take away 10. So we have to know that minus the 9 minus 1 equals to minus 10. And we have to modify it. For the kids, I would make them just memorize minus 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. It's easier when you do it this way, the way the curriculum is built out, because if they know how to add, they will know how to subtract. So if the question is 11 and I want to take away the 9, all I do is the opposite of what I added. So I take away the 10 and I plus the 1. So my final answer is 2. Which is different than when we add the 9. Adding in the 9 is plus the 10 minus the 1. So we need to know that's hand in hand. And the kids will see it very quickly. I mean, he's 5 and he can see it. You know what I mean? So he sees the number pattern more than the explanation. It's all about the number pattern. And we can do it again with the 8. So we have 11 on the abacus. I want to do 8, right? 8 is minus the 10 plus the 2. And it just goes again. And it's just the number pattern. And then we do it again for 7. 7 minus 7 is minus the 10 plus the 3. That's what we're doing. Minus 7 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 3. Yeah. And then that's what this is. So this is minus the 10s. And again, we go all the way to 1 because it's one way. It's a one-way street. You go from the top to the bottom. It's the same thing. We go from top to bottom. So we have 11 on the abacus. 11 on the abacus. I need to take away 4. To take away the 4, we have to minus the 10 plus the 6. Oh, cool! Cool, chaotic. I will take a look. I'll take a look after the live. Funny, so funny. I'm excited. I'm excited how Abacus will I don't know, will take over. I hope it works. I hope it works out for I hope it goes big. And have everybody else teach Abacus. I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. And that's why I teach you guys. I want you guys to teach your kids. I mean, I don't have to teach them. I mean, that was a thought. In the beginning, I thought I would be the one. I'm beyond excited. Yeah, it's exciting. It is super exciting. Oh, whoa. Big Florida storm here. Internet power out. Okay, see you later, Chris. I have to go to work. I'm excited. Okay, see you later. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, thank you for the follow. Compentrado. All right, so that's the negative. And then afterwards, we go into practice. And this is what we do, is we practice about minus the 10s. There's a secret code, and then there's check your subtraction. And then there is mazes and color by number. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. And then that's it. And then I have answers in the back, and then I have word problems. Answers in the back and word problems. There we go. And that's my book. That's my book. I have a lot of books. I'm starting to have a collection of books. I'm on book 15. All right. Thank you so much for the rose. Thank you so much for the rose. How are we doing? What's going on? When we look at the abacus, let's do a little review before I head out. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you, Chaotic, for checking in. Okay, before we go, let me do a little review for those people that just came in. Hello, Sherry. Oh, Sherry, I'm just about to head out. Let me do a little review, and then we will go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, I will be on tonight. I'll be on tonight. I'm trying to get on at about 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, roughly around then. Maybe a little early, maybe a little later. But it all depends on when I can get dinner out the door. Open your mind. Thank you so much.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So again, this is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, it's counted as counted. So if we want to do 5, that's 5 will be always the top bead. The top bead is a value of 5. So we have 5, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That's all it is. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. All right. So that is counting, and that's all it is. And it's just to be able to visualize your numbers. So thank you. All right. Okay, Sherry, see you later. Thank you, Applesauce. Thank you so much for the reminder. I am going to head out. I'm going to go get some breakfast, and thank you, everybody, for joining. I will see you all in my next live. Toodaloo, kangaroos. See you later. Bye. Bye, Chaotic. I'm going to look for that post, and I'm going to have my coffee.